Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most significant moves in this NFL season, and definitely a game changer for the Washington Commanders. Now, I know the rumors have been swirling for a while, but the latest intel from some very reliable sources, including Diana Rossini, suggests that the Commanders are deep in talks to acquire Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right, a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the defensive line and give Washington a serious boost heading into the final stretch of this season. And trust me, this isn't just a rumor. This feels like a move with real strategic weight behind it. Let's break it down a little because this isn't just about adding a good player. It's about bringing in a proven pass rusher who's been a force in the league, especially in recent years. Hendrickson, who's been a top 10 edge in the NFL, has been lighting up the stat sheet with over 50 sacks in his career, and he's currently leading the league in sacks for 2024 with an impressive 17.5. That kind of production is exactly what Washington needs, a player capable of creating pressure on quarterbacks, forcing turnovers, and turning games around. The Commanders, sitting at 3-10 and desperately needing consistent pressure, could really benefit from Hendrickson's ability to bring that relentless edge rush. Now the trade itself looks like it involves a couple of second and fourth-round picks, specifically a second-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2027. That's a significant investment, but one that makes sense when you consider the Bengals' current situation. Cincinnati is struggling with a 4-9 record, and they're leaking points, allowing an average of 31.8 points per game. They're also facing cap space issues, especially as they need to extend players like Joe Burrow, who's going to hit a massive $50 million cap hit next year. To free up some room and focus on a rebuild, the Bengals are looking to move Hendrickson, who despite some injury setbacks this season, remains one of the league's top pass rushers. And let's talk about the Bengals' perspective for a moment. They're in a tough spot right now, trying to stay competitive without sacrificing their future. By trading Hendrickson, they clear around $18 million in cap space, money they can use to extend Burrow and shore up their offensive line. Plus, acquiring draft picks helps them rebuild around their young core. This is a team that's looking to the future, but recognizes the importance of shedding some veteran contracts now to set themselves up better for the years ahead. So what does Hendrickson bring to the table for Washington? Well, his stats are pretty impressive. Despite missing some games due to injuries, he's managed 16 combined tackles, 5 assists, and 4 sacks in just 7 games. His PFF pass rush grade is an eye-popping 89. And he boasts a win rate of around 22% with over 60 pressures annually. That's elite production, especially for a player who's shown he can dominate when healthy. Hendrickson's ability to generate pressure, often leading to sacks, forced fumbles, and crucial quarterback hits, adds a whole new dimension to Washington's defense. Looking at his career, Hendrickson has tallied over 50 sacks, and his impact isn't just limited to raw numbers. His EPA, expected points added, per snap is around 12, indicating he's consistently making plays that swing the momentum of the game. His style of play has drawn comparisons to the prime Khalil Mack, with a relentless motor and a knack for winning one-on-one battles. Importantly, he hasn't had major injuries since 2023, which suggests his health is trending upward. Exactly what Washington needs given their recent issues with consistency on defense. Why would the Commanders be so eager to land Hendrickson? Well, it's all about addressing their defensive needs in a division that's known for offensive firepower. The NFC East is no joke, with teams like the Cowboys and Eagles constantly pushing the envelope on offense. Adding Hendrickson would give Washington a much-needed boost in the trenches, elevating their pass rush and creating more opportunities for their secondary to make plays. If Washington can get Hendrickson to hit around 12 sacks in the final games of the season, it could significantly increase their chances of turning the tide and becoming a more disruptive force. But it's not just about individual stats. Hendrickson's presence on the field would improve Washington's overall defensive efficiency. His ability to pressure the quarterback has been shown to reduce opposing teams' points per game from around 27.2 to approximately 22. That's a tangible difference, and it's exactly what the Commanders need to stay competitive in the NFC playoff hunt. His pressures per game are over 50, and he's adept at forcing fumbles, which can be game changers. Plus, his PFF run defense grade of 88.5 proves he's not just a pass rusher, but also a solid force against the run, helping to shore up what has been a somewhat inconsistent run defense this season. Now, let's talk about the potential impact this move could have in the postseason. With Hendrickson on the roster, Washington's pass rush would become significantly more dangerous, especially in high-stakes games. His ability to generate sacks and pressures in critical moments could turn the tide against playoff-caliber teams. The odds for the Commanders to make a deep run would certainly improve. If they can add Hendrickson and maintain some offensive consistency, this team could surprise a lot of people. The betting odds have already shifted, with Washington's chances rising from plus 5,000 to plus 2,000 after the rumors of this trade started circulating. That's a remarkable jump, reflecting the belief among analysts that Hendrickson could be the X-factor that pushes Washington into playoff contention and even beyond. And let's not forget the cultural and leadership impact. Hendrickson, known for his work ethic and leadership on and off the field, would be a great veteran presence for a relatively young defense. His experience and success in generating pressure could also serve as a catalyst for developing the younger players on Washington's roster. This kind of leadership can inspire the entire unit to elevate their game in the crucial final games of the season and in the playoffs. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, and there are always questions about how well Hendrickson will fit into Washington's scheme, but early signs are promising. His skill set aligns well with what defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio wants: aggressive, relentless, and smart pass rushing. If the trade goes through, fans should expect a noticeable uptick in the physicality and explosiveness of the Commanders' defensive front. It's a move that signals Washington's intent to compete and be aggressive in the market for proven talent. And given the current standings and the division's competitive nature, it's a move that could define the franchise's direction for years to come. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if this trade goes down, it will be a statement move from the Commanders. It shows they're all in on trying to turn this season around, not just for a playoff push, but for establishing a dominant defense that can carry them deep into January. Hendrickson's signing would send a message to the entire division. Washington is serious about competing and winning. It also energizes the fan base, which has been eager for a sign that the team is building something special, something that can challenge the giants of the NFC East and beyond. In the grand scheme of things, this move could be the spark that ignites a new era for Washington. Hendrickson's aggressive style, combined with the team's existing talent, can create a formidable front that opposing quarterbacks will dread. Imagine a front with Allen leading the charge, complemented by Hendrickson's relentless rush. It's a recipe for chaos for any offense. With the defense gaining strength and the offense trying to find its rhythm, Washington could become a team that no longer just competes but dominates. Of course, fans should remain cautious but optimistic. The NFL is unpredictable, and injuries or unforeseen setbacks can always change the course of a season. But if the Commanders pull this trade off, they are making a bold statement. They're here to contend, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Hendrickson's addition, in particular, could be the piece that pushes Washington from a borderline playoff team to a legitimate contender. His ability to pressure the quarterback and force turnovers aligns perfectly with what the team needs to elevate their game. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Hendrickson can be the difference maker that finally pushes the Commanders into playoff success? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and news, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This is an exciting time for the franchise, and if this trade happens, it could mark the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with promise, grit, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. So keep your eyes on Washington because things are about to get interesting. And as always, thank you for being part of this passionate community. Let's go, Commanders.